Round 2, race 3 for the final time this weekend. We welcome you to the home of the Emilia-Romagna Formula 1 Grand Prix. This is, of course, Imola. 37 cars on the grid of the original 38 that were entered here. We'll get to that in a moment. This is the final race of a weekend which has been dominated largely so far by the driver to the right of your screen, Hiroo Yamakoshi, who became the first Japanese driver in history to take pole position in the Italian Championship. Freddie Slater took the race win yesterday, but a post-race penalty gave the win to Hiroo Yamakoshi. But the Van Amersfoort Racing driver, who starts from pole position again for race 3, he took the victory in race 2 this morning. Great to have your company wherever you're watching us all around the world. Let's hear from the young Russian, Max Popov for PHM Racing, who's speaking with Laura Cola.
Max, you are starting back on the roll now. However, you have raced with and beaten many of the drivers ahead in WSK in the past. So can you finish the weekend in the top 10?
I guess we have enough potential for that. At least our speed is looking really good. Last race I messed around a bit with my teammates, so yeah, definitely we have a potential to do so. Let's see what we can do now.
Thank you.
Maximilian Popov, car 3 for the PHM Racing team. Yes, starting back on the 9th row of the grid, has stood on the podium many times in WSK World Karting. The driver from Sochi, the city which hosted the 2014 Winter Olympics, starts one place ahead of Luca Samalisto, who's speaking with Laura Cola.
You have been very quick this weekend, but some bad luck in race 2 when you had to retire from P9. So are you confident of another top 10 in this final race?
Yeah, for me, I'm feeling quite confident right now. And I think we can still score good results. This race 2, we had mechanic failure with the rear wing. But the pace has been really good, so full push for this last race.
Good luck.
Lucas Hamalisto, of course, was running in P9 this morning, but a broken rear wing meant that he had to drop out just one lap away from the checkered flag and miss out on a points finish this morning. 37 cars on the grid of the original 38. Unfortunately for our friends watching in South America, the boy from Brazil, I don't say that with too much excitement, because Matias Ferreira will not take the start, has been violently ill all day, and the US racing driver, Matias Ferreira, out of race 3, also didn't take part in race 2 this morning with a fever and is violently ill, and we wish him all the best on his return to Vallelunga in 2 weeks' time. This is the grid. Yamakoshi beaten on the front row of the grid. Slater starting out of grid 3, and then it's Maxim Rem, best starting performance of the year for the young German on the outside second row of the grid. Kin Nakamura Berta out of grid 5 alongside the Jamaican sensation. That's Alex Powell. Akshay Bora on the podium this morning. Starts out at grid 7. Thomas Dolcemanis, P4 in race 2 this weekend so far at Imola. And then we go to Rino Franco, Rashid Aldaheri, Dion Gauda also with a podium this morning. Starts out at grid 11 alongside Gustav Jonsson from Sweden, last year's British Series Rookie of the Year. Gianmarco Pradel, car 12 out of grid 13. Emanuele Olivieri, who won the rookie race this morning. Sorry, second in the rookie race this morning. Luca Samalisto and Maximilian Popov, who we just heard from a few moments ago. Davide Larini on what is his home circuit. Kamal Murad, the third Australian in the field. Lynn Hodenuis, Ethan Isher, starting out of grid 20, the Swiss driver for the Swiss Gensa Motorsport team. Andrea Kostic out of grid 21 alongside Andrej Petrovic, the All-Serbian 11th row of the grid. Alvisa Rodella, who had some trouble leaving the grid just a few moments ago. One place ahead of the driver from Chinese Taipei, Enzo Ye. Shimo Chiang, a position behind Enya Frey, his Gensa Motorsport teammate alongside then the third Singaporean, Kabir Anurag, and Ed Robertson, the Brit from Mallorca in the Spanish Mediterranean. Luca Visoriano for Real Racing, Alexander Savinkov, Everett Stack, the American alongside the series debutant Matias Riba, Francisco Macedo, Jan Kola with a big crash this morning which brought out the safety car in race 2. Will be looking to finish the weekend on a high. The BVM Racing driver ahead of the pole, Victor Dobzhansky, Nathaniel Berebe, and Gabriel Holguin from Venezuela. starts out of grid 37. Freddie Slater taking 3 victories from 3 starts the first round of the championship at Misano 1 month ago. Took the race win yesterday across the line, but an official decision at 16 minutes to 10 last night excluded the Brit from the victory. That was immediately appealed by the Premier Racing team. So that result at the moment is sub judice, basically under appeal. No doubt about the race winner this morning. Hiyu Yamakashi puts himself into contention for the championship. Hiyu Yamakashi on pole position is the series leader on 82 points. Slater second on 77. Bora third in the championship after 5 of 21 races. Akshay on 63 points. Alex Powell, 2 DNFs, 2 broken front wings so far this weekend at Imola, but 3 second places at the first round of the series. Sees the Jamaican, who's on the middle of your screen in car 80, still 4th in the points on 54 ahead of Dion Gowda on 38. Rashid 6th on 33 points. Kin Nakamura Berta 29 points, and Thomas Stolchemanis, the Latvian, who finished P4 outright and the top rookie this morning, 8th overall in the championship on 28 points. Hiyu Yamakashi on pole position. What a story this has been. The first Japanese driver to take pole position in the Italian Championship. He is a race winner and he is the championship leader as we prepare to race for the final time this weekend at Imola. There's Jan Kohler. The BVM Racing team have done superbly well to get that car back on track. Mikhail Aleshin, former IndyCar racer, former IndyCar pole sitter, team manager for the PHM Racing team to the right of your screen. Hiyu Yamakashi on pole position. The Imola Formula One Grand Prix circuit, host venue for round 2. This is race 3 of the 2024 Italian F4 Championship, presented by WSK Promotion together with Achi Sport. The green flag flies at the back of the grid, the 5 red lights for the final time this weekend here at Imola. We race. Perfect start from Yamakashi as Slater goes down the inside of Beaton. Those 2 drivers came together in race 2 this morning. They almost make contact once again. It's Slater who sends it into 2nd place. Yamakashi leads Beaton back to 3rd place. Maxim Rem, the German, in P4. And then Thomas Stolchemanis already trying to make moves. There's Kin Nakamura Berta, the Alpine F1 Academy junior driver in car 51, has to defend. He's got Alex Powell right behind him. A clean start for the moment as the field go down into Tosa. And here Hiyu Yamakashi leads the field up the hill for the first time. Slater in 2nd place. Beaton, Ram, Nakamura Berta. Powell is there. Bora, Stolchemanis, Rashid Al-Baheri from the Emirates. There's car 14, just ahead of Reno Francot, who flies the flag for the Swiss Jensen Motorsport team. A torrential downpour was threatening just a few moments ago, but you can see the sun is out and shining as the two PHM drivers, Davide Lerini and Maximilian Popov, go side by side. We just had the Italian GT3 Championships as the 2 PHM drivers still fighting. Popov on the outside as Visuariano takes the shortcut at the top of the hill. We were expecting a tremendous downpour just a few moments ago in the Italian GT3 Championships. That did not eventuate, but we've got one of the Van Amersfoort racing drivers going rallycross as Lynn Hodenuis, who's in the gravel. Andrea Kostic, in fact it was, as they come across the line for the first time. The sun is shining under threat of rain here at Imola, but it's Yamakashi who leads the way. Slater, Beaton, Ram has dropped off Kin Nakamura Berta, who is taking Alex Powell with him. There is the sun out to shine. It was incredibly dark not more than 15-20 minutes ago here at Imola. There is still forecast for the rain to arrive here at the Imola circuit, but for the moment, we race green. Here's the VAR driver, Andrea Kostic, down into pit lane. The VAR team go to work. This is the reason why. Down into Rivazza 1, locks up in avoidance of the cars ahead of him. And the team which took the title with Dennis Hauger in 2019, with Ollie Behrman in 2021, they go to work praying for a safety car so that he'll at least stay on the lead lap. Here's Pradell going on through, still in position 13 in car 12. That's where the Australian started. He's ahead of Samalisto, behind Gustaf Jonsson. The Swede ahead, the Finn behind. The second of the three Australians. The first of which is still Jack, who's looking for a maiden podium. He came together with Slater this morning. Front right from Freddie's car into the left rear of Beaton. Slater was penalised. It mattered little because they were both out of contention. Beaton with a DNF. Yamakoshi, the lead was 0.4 of a second. Now it's out to 0.9 as Dolcemanis in car 33 tries to catch up to the back of Bora. Hio Yamakoshi is flying this weekend. Pole position for race 1, pole position for race 2. He leads race 3 where he also started from grid 1. Made history this weekend as the first Japanese driver to take pole position and win a round of this, the most competitive junior motor racing series in the world. And he's pulling away from the former junior World Kart racing champion, last year's WSK Supermaster Series champion Slater. There's Jack Beaton, Southeast Asian champion to start 2024. Denied a podium was the Queenslander this morning with that incident with Slater. At the moment, Jack in P3. Rem, Nakamura Berta, Alex Powell, 2 broken wings so far this weekend. At the moment, car 80 for the Bremer Racing team goes down into Aqua Minerale. He's in P6. Bora, that's his teammate Stolchemanis. Rashid going through, and Reno Francot in P10 just behind one driver, going very wide at the exit of Aqua Minerale. We'll try and pick that up for you in a moment. Yamakoshi, the lead is down, or out to 0.8 of a second. Out of Rivazzas, there's Bora in P7 at the moment. It was Pradell who went straight ahead at Aqua Minerale. Gianmarco going off the circuit in Aqua Minerale. He was in position 13. He's dropped way down the order. He's in 25th place. We've lost Savinkov. Alexander is out. The Ukrainian has parked one of 3 AKM Motorsport cars into the grass. It looks to be well out of harm's way as Freddie cuts the lead down 1/10 of a second with a 46.180 fastest lap of the race. Savinkov is out. Pradell down in 25th position. Hio Yamakoshi on lap 4 leads Slater, Beaton, Ram, Nakamura Berta, Powell, Bordas, Thomas, Stoltemanis, Rashid Aldehead and Reno Francot. The young Dutchman who gave up a promising career as a professional footballer rounds out the top 10. There's his teammate. The Jensen Motorsport team go to work on the series debutant, Matthias Riba, the Slovakian, having his second ever car race this weekend. Rashid going through. There is Reno Francot. His father, a former player in the Eredivisie, the Dutch league. Reno at the moment in position 10. Yamakoshi, the lead out to 9 seconds. A clean start to the final race of the weekend. I speak too soon though. Lynn Hodenuis has stopped. There is a local yellow flag at turn 9. He's got going again, Lynn Hodenuis, who was fighting for a position inside or just outside the top 10 in race 1 yesterday. Hodenuis gets it going again. There may be an issue with the VAR cars. Let's hope for Yamakoshi that's not the case, because a similar fate befell Alvise Rodella on the exit of pit lane, exiting the pits, going out from the formation lap. He was okay, was able to continue on. And it looks a similar issue has struck Lynn Hedenuis. No problem for Yamakwashi with a 45.9 now. Out to 9/10 of a second, fastest lap of the race. The sun is shining. We are under threat, not only of rain, but torrential hailstorm threat here also this afternoon. For the moment, as we approach 1/3 race distance, the track is dry, the sun is shining. This is race 3, round 2, the 11th season of the Italian F4 Championship. The driver from Japan leads Freddie from the Kings England. And the Queenslander from Australia, Jack Beaton, trying to take his maiden podium in the Italian Championship. Maxim Rem, car 71 for the US racing team, the reigning champions in 2023 with the pole Kasper Stuka. There's Nakamura Berta, car 51, P5, back to Powell in 6. And it's Bora, Stolchamanis. This fight between Rashid, Reno, and Dino Gauda. Into Rivazza 1. Slater's looking good here as he tries to catch up to the back of Yamakwashi. Into the gravel. The PHM car, Andrei Petrovic. That's your track limits right there and then. The gravel trap doing its job perfectly. Andrei Petrovic was in 24th position. Will hopefully, we've got no word from race control, believe was able to extract himself and rejoin, albeit way down the field. The gap stays at 8/10 of a second between the driver on your screen, Yamakwashi, and Freddie Slater. Petrovic has indeed continued on in 26th place as Jack Beaton goes wide, potentially throws away a podium there. 2 sets of Pirelli tyres for these drivers for the 2 qualifying sessions and for the 3 races. So for the final race here this afternoon, it's effectively the best 4 out of the 8 they've raced with this weekend. Jack, it looks as though he's starting to struggle for grip already, and we're only just approaching 1/3 race distance. Down into Acqua Minerale. This gives hope for Maxim Rem, the German behind the Australian, who again goes wide and loses traction as well. Beaton's in trouble here. Rem is about to race on by Jack, and it gives hope for KNB and P5. Gianmarco Pradell has just rejoined from pit lane as well. The Australian is at risk of going a lap down. He had damages. Kim Nakamura Berta locks up, almost puts it into the gravel. Down into Rivazza 1. He carries on. The second Japanese driver in position 5. The first is still Hiyu Yamakwashi in P1. Here comes the Jamaican Alex Powell behind the second Japanese pilot. Kim Nakamura Berta checks his mirrors, the former junior World Kart Racing champion with the former WSK multiple international champion Alex around the outside. 2 DNFs so far this weekend. He desperately needs a strong result. At the moment, Powell 4th in the championship. Keane is 7th. This 38-car field. The drivers from Japan and Jamaica fighting for positions 5 and 6. Bora, that's Thomas, the Latvian in 33. Powell has a look down the inside. Nakamura Berta will get the drive as they climb up the hill. You've heard that dreaded, that favoured term by some, tyre management. Well, it is apt here this afternoon as Jack is fighting for grip, holds on to it for the moment. But Rem is in the same position as well. The best 4 from the 8 tyres, which have already raced twice this weekend, plus the 2 qualifying sessions. The lead is 9/10 of a second from Yamakwashi to Slater. And then this, the fight for the final step of the podium. Beaton from Rem. Both, of course, for the German US or German US racing team. They are teammates. They're from the opposite ends of the planet as Rem locks up the front left. But they're fighting their own championships. Nakamura Berta just behind for the Prema Racing team. Powell also for the team from Vicenza. Yamakoshi for VAR in P1. Slater second, the gap 1 second. Yamakoshi with a 45.652. Fastest on circuit. As Beaton gives the slipstream slightly to Maxim Rem. They cross the line at 233 k's an hour. 229 to Powell, 234 for Maxim in fact. And Thomas at 237. Just reminding you, the fastest we've seen through the speed trap this weekend, Emanuele Olivieri, as Slater fights the wheel. Emanuele 242 k's an hour as Grazia and Angelo, the team founders of the Prema Racing team, watch on from pit lane. Aurelia Nobel's in last year's championship. We thought Monza was quick. Aurelia last year, 252.8 kilometres an hour. Into Acqua Minerale, the mineral water corner, as it literally translates. Up to the high chicane, Alta Variante. Using every piece of the racetrack. Starting to throw it in to get the car to turn. Get the power down. There's Nakamura Berta so close to the sand trap. Self-policing. I'll say it again. That's how you enforce track limits. A gravel trap that drivers know exactly where they can put the car. A white line in reality means nothing to a racing driver. This is not football. The gravel trap, it works perfectly. Bora with Stoltemanis just behind, trying to get the slipstream from Powell. They cross the line to start lap 9. It is Yamakoshi, Slater, Beaton, still in P3, looking for a maiden podium in the Italian Championship. Bora gets the run, gets the slipstream from Alex Powell, who's dropped off slightly from Kim Nakamura Berta, down into Tamburello. Rashid in the background. We just got a glimpse of the Emirati going around. The yellow flag is flying down into Tamburello. There is contact between Rashid Aldaheri, possibly Stoltemanis, almost certainly Reno Francot. We look in the background. No, Reno's gone on through. Rashid, we got a glimpse of the Emirati. For the moment, it is just a local yellow. An incident at the top of your screen. There's debris in the background flying off Reno Francot's car. Rashid is dropping right down the order. This is the reason why. Oh, wow. Front right into left rear. Francot and Rashid go together. The car off the racing line. Rashid Aldaheri has dropped down to 29th position. Effectively, his day is over. Reno Francot in position 9, but a cloud hangs over the Dutch driver metaphorically, disregarding the black clouds which are hovering here at Imola. Reno Francot, position 9, front right to left rear. That's normally a slam dunk. Bora in P7. Stoltemanis, there is no Rashid in that picture. He was in the fight just a few moments ago. Francot still in P9, and Dion Gauda now moves into P10, just a position ahead of Luca Samalisto. Beaton going wide down into Tamburello. Having to defend. Remember, they are both teammates, but they're both driving their own championship. Nakamura Berta, the Alpine F1 Academy junior driver, he's for the Prema Racing team in car 51. A massive crash 300 metres after the start yesterday as Maxim goes down into Tosa, locks up so close. The two teammates. This gives K and B in P5 hope. A huge incident. Contact with Reno Francot in race 1 yesterday down into Tamburello. On the second corner of lap 1, the car virtually destroyed. He's back on track. At the moment, Kim Nakamura Berta, who stood on the podium in the season opener at Misano, well, he's trying to do that again. He's in P5, the two US racing drivers just ahead. There's Powell in P6, ahead of Bora, Stoltemanis, Francot, and Dion Gauda. Jack Beaton We'll get back to him in a moment because we have got the Creme Motorsport car of Francisco Macedo. I was going to say stationary, but moving very, very slowly at the opposite end of the circuit to where the drivers are now. Look to be at the exit of Tamburello. Macedo trying to get the car out of harm's way and, if possible, limp back to the pits. Jack Beaton throwing that car around. Yamakoshi, he's cruising a 45.518, controlling the pace. Back to Freddie in second place, exactly 1 second clear of the Englishman. There's Macedo on the inside infield part of the circuit. We stay green, just a local yellow only. Out of turn 4, the exit of Tamburello. O Menino do Portugal is out of race 3. Jack Beaton, it's starting to become a bottleneck. That is the fight from third. Right back to Thomas in 8th. This is Reno Francots, head of Dion Gauda. The PHM drivers still racing. Popov and Larini. This time they touch. And this time Davide Larini into the wall, into the gravel, and that's surely the end of the Italians' afternoon. Safety car out onto the circuit. The two teammates touch. The golden rule of motorsport. We've also lost one of the US racing drivers. Larini walking back. He's out. Davide Larini for the PHM racing team. Let's go and hear from Rashid Al-Daheri, who's in pit lane speaking to Laura Cola.
Yeah, can you explain to us what happened?
Yeah, so I was braking for T1. The driver behind tried to overtake, but he was very far behind, and even though I gave him space, I don't think he was able to make the corner, and he hit me from the behind. So, yeah, we'll see.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rashid Al-Daheri was very diplomatic, to be honest. He had reason to be absolutely furious there. A mature response for the driver from Abu Dhabi, who has been eliminated here in race 3. Davide Larini coming together with his teammate Maxim Popov into Tamburello. Larini, the one of 3 Italians in the field. His father, 30 years, 30 days ago, finished second for Ferrari in the ill-fated 1994 San Marino Formula 1 Grand Prix. Larini is out. That was Everett Stack going through. A clean race for the American in 23rd behind his teammate Andrei Petrovic. So Savinkov is out. Lin Hodenuis is out. We just heard from Rashid Al-Daheri. He's retired, as has Francisco Macedo. Larini. Andrei Kostic has had a problem, but trying to catch up to the back of the pack. Matias Ferreira was a non-starter. Larini's car is dragged away. .37 starters, 30 still in the race, being led by Hiyo Yamakoshi, the race leader, the championship leader. 8 minutes 30 plus 1 lap remaining to race in this race 3, round 2 of 7, the 2024 Italian F4 Championship, as the team here at Imola take the opportunity to remove the Creme Motorsport car of Francisco Macedo. Of course, from here in 2 weeks' time, we go to the eternal city of Rome, Long Valley as Vallelunga for round 3 of the championship. Round 4 at the MotoGP circuit of Mugello, which this weekend is, of course, hosting the Italian MotoGP. Round 5 at the Paul Ricard circuit in the south of France. Round 6, we go to Barcelona in Spain, and the championship final on the 27th of October at the Cathedral of Speed, the home of the Italian Formula One Grand Prix. It is, of course, Monza. Round 2 of 7, the 2024, the 11th season of the Italian F4 Championship. The most competitive, have no doubt, with all due respect, the most competitive junior motor racing series in the world. Presented by WSK Promotion, together with the sporting department of the Automobile Club of Italy. As Lucas Samalisto going through the fin in P11 at the moment. 10 different winners over the past decade. Of course, Lance Stroll, the current Aston Martin Formula One driver, winning the title in 2014. Then it was Ralph Aron, Marcus Siebert for Jensen Motorsport in 2016. Marcus Armstrong, the Ganassi IndyCar driver, the Kiwi in 2017. Then it was Enzo Fittipaldi, Dennis Hauger, Gabriele Mini became the first Italian to win his national championship in 2020. Ollie Behrman in 21, Andrea Kimi Antonelli in 2022. And the reigning champion from Poland for the US racing team is, of course, Kasper Stuka. Speaking of US racing, this is Bora. P7. Third in the championship, though. So the order is Yamakashi, Slater, Beaton, Ram, Nakamura Berta. The light's still on the safety car, still waiting for word from race control. Hopefully we go green next time around. Alex Powell, 2 DNFs so far, but at the moment, the Jamaican in position 6, Borda, Stoltemanis, Reno Francot, and Dion Gauda. Lucas Samalisto for RSGP, position 11, just one single place outside the points. This is Alex Powell, multiple WSK International champion. As the safety car prepares to pull into pit lane this lap. 3 second places at Misano for Alex. His father John here at the circuit, as is his mother Claudia. And this weekend his sister Bella. John, former competitor in the World Rally Championship. Just a couple of years ago now, John. His boy, car 80, Alex Powell, the Mercedes AMG Junior. Driver coach this weekend, 2013, or for this season I should say. Le Mans champion, Loic Duval. Former DTM driver, Formula Nippon driver, Loic Duval. Coaching young Alex, hoping he'll get something out of this after what has been a pretty dreadful weekend so far for the kid from the Caribbean. Hio Yamakashi, position 1. The safety car pulls into pit lane. Slater right behind. Car 6 for the Van Amersfoort racing team. Back to Beaton, Ram and Kin Nakamura Berta. The green flag flies on the start-finish line. Perfect restart from Hio Yamakashi. Slater now has to defend from Beaton. The green flag flies and we race to the checkered flag. Tries to break the slipstream. It looks as though he's done enough as Kin Nakamura Berta pulls out to try and take Maxime Rem. It is on. The fight for the podium here in race 3. Round 2 of the Italian F4 Championship here at Imola. Powell on the outside of Nakamura Berta. They go side by side. Superb racing. Nakamura Berta. He's off the road though. He loses 2-3 positions. Powell muscles his way through. The Jamaican on the inside of Maxime Rem. Again, they still go side by side. Rem holds on to the place. He'll be slow on the exit. Watch Akshay on the outside as they race up into Tosa. Yamakashi, Slater, and then back to Jack Beaton, still in P3. And then the fight for P4 on this lap 14. Maxime Rem was trying to attack Jack Beaton. He's off the road though. Now he has to defend 4th place from Powell, Bora, and Thomas Doltemanis. Into the gravel. And the Imola team very quickly on the scene to retrieve the car of Nathaniel Betterby, a local yellow only for the moment. This is sharp work for the team at Imola. Betterby is out. Hopefully the track is cleared. It's just a local yellow for this very moment. before the leaders go by. Yamakashi already opens up a nice gap as they go down into Ravazza 1, Ravazza 2. There's Jack. Then we go back to Rem, Powell, Bora, Nakamura, Berta, Frankot, Samalisto. Jonsson now up into P10 in a Prema Racing sandwich. Stolchemanis falls back to 11, head of Gauda, Olivieri, and Maximilian Popov. Kamal Murad driving superbly is the second Sydney sider. He's in position 15. Slater feigns down the inside. We do stay green. That is superb work for the team, from the team here at Imola. Great officiating. Our race director, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari, just a local yellow. We stay green. Beterbie's car has been removed. And we try and race green to the checkered flag. Slater trying to take victory. Yamakashi under pressure again. Slater trying to make car 27 as big as possible in the mirrors of Yamakashi's Van Amersfoort racing car. Beaten surely this time. The Queenslander will take his maiden podium in the Italian Championship. He's broken clear in position 3 ahead of the battle for 4th between Ram, Powell and Akshay Bora. Ethan Isher is out. This is Lucas Samalistol trying to take Reno Francot as they come out of Acqua Minerale. Alta Variante. Beaton rides the ripple strip. Jack, then we go back to Maxim Rem. Powell, Bora, Nakamura Berta, Reno Francot now up in a P8. Huge lockup from Yamakashi. He's lost the front wing. He's lost the lead of the race. Slater goes on through. Yamakashi. Look at the front wing. No. What a disaster. 35 seconds plus 1 lap. He won't get that to the checkered flag. Trying to shake it clean. Slater leads. Yamakashi has lost the lead of the race, potentially the lead of the championship. That car will be virtually undrivable. Yamakashi losing the front wing at Alta Variante. Locking up, he did superbly well to keep it on the circuit. Slater simply drives down the inside. The Englishman takes the lead. This was Nathaniel Beterbie a few moments ago. In fact, no, his teammate Gabriel Holguin. At the moment, still a local yellow. So this is the penultimate lap of the race. Yamakashi has been caught. That's Maxim Rem behind. Beaton's gone on through to position 2. Rem up the inside into Acqua Minerale. The car is undrivable. Rem trying to go on by. Yamakashi with a mechanical defect flag. He's got 2 laps to pit, but we've only got 1 lap left to race. The dream becomes a nightmare. Maxim Rem goes on by. Rem now up onto the podium. He's also the top rookie. Alex Powell. This has championship implications as Olivieri goes on through, trying to get into the top 10 ahead of Maximilian Popov and Kamal Murad. Nakamura Berta down the inside. Yamakashi goes on through. It's all over. Yamakashi will get 0-0 from this race 3 after an incredible performance all weekend here at Imola. Pulls into pit lane. Effectively, his afternoon is over after starring in this, the second round of the 2024 championship. 3 pole positions, a provisional race win, a definite race win this morning. As we look at Maxim Rem, Alex Powell, they both need to keep this clean. This is the last lap of the race. The championship, they have to think about it. This is just the 6th of 21 races. Here comes Bora up the inside. 2 US racing drivers. Alex slams the door shut. These key Nakamura Berta behind. Slater from Beaton. And then this. It is the fight for the final step of the podium. Slater is gone. Freddie will win. Into the gravel, Kamal Murad. He was driving superbly, the Australian, but he's now out on the last lap of the race. Slater on his way to victory. Jack Beaton will take a podium. Certainly, surely, the Queenslander won't be denied. Yamakoshi has rejoined, I can tell you, but way down at the bottom of the field with a new front wing. At the moment, it's Rem in P3 from Powell, Border, Nakamura, Bertha, Luca Samalisto, car 7 in P7. The fight all the way back to Gauda, Olivieri and Andrei Petrovic. Down the hill for the final time, out of Rivazza too fast. Freddie Slater from the Kings England says, not so fast, boys. He's back in position 1. Slater wins again here at Imola. He takes the checkered flag to win race 3. Across the line, Jack Beaton has done it. Justin, mate, it was well worth staying up in the early hours of tomorrow down in Brisbane, Australia. Beaton on the podium for the first time in the Italian Championship. His US racing teammate Maxim Rem home in 3rd place and Powell in P4. This is the reason why Yamakoshi know at the top of the hill. Our race director, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari, in the driver's briefing, telling the drivers that bollard is 2.4 metres from the inside of the white line. Yamakoshi collected it anyway, and that has cost him not a certain but a very probable victory and potentially the championship lead as well. Slater wins 5 seconds clear of Jack Beaton, and Maxim Rem, P3 and the top rookie, home in 3rd place. Higyo Yamakoshi has crossed the line. He has finished in position 27. Fast Freddy waves to the crowd here. Position 1 and potentially rejoins or retakes the lead of the championship. Wins it from Jack Beaton. First podium for the Australian. Maxim Rem, P3 and the top rookie Alex Powell. 2 DNFs in the first races this weekend. He needed that. The Jamaican, 2nd rookie and P4 overall from Akshay Bora. Nakamura Berta, he's now the top Japanese driver in P6 and the 3rd rookie. Samalisto, Stolchamanis, Reno Frankot and Gustav Jonsson, the Swede, rounds out the 10. Position 27, Higyo Yamakoshi does cross the line 72 seconds behind the driver he was leading up until the last lap, or the penultimate lap in fact. Yamakoshi does finish, but down in 27th place. So this is the championship. It is under appeal because of what happened yesterday in race 1. But Freddie Slater back in position 1, 100 points. Yamakoshi still 2nd in the series after a stunning performance this weekend on 82 points. Akshay Bora 3rd in the series on 73 points. Alex, he needed that. Powell, 66 points in 4th place. And Jack moves into 5th place. The Australian on 40 points in the championship after 21 races, 2 of 7 rounds. That's nice to see because Freddie Slater and Jack Beaton, let's just say after race 2 this morning, they were far from best friends. They came together at Tosa. And this time, Freddie takes the victory and Jack Beaton does take his first, it won't be his last, podium in the Italian F4 Championship for 2024. Maxim Rem, the top rookie, and a first podium as well. Finishes P3. 2 US racing drivers, 2 US racing drivers. Maxim on the podium in car 71. The German finishes behind the Australian Jack Beaton, who takes the first podium But the afternoon belongs to Freddie Slater, who's speaking to Laura Cola.
Well, after the safety car, a lot of pressing, and you took advantage at the right moment.
Yeah, 100%. I put him under pressure. That's what I did. I knew the race was going to come to us. I knew at the start, once the start happens, you just got to play the long game and see if it works. And that's exactly what we did. I kept my tyres in a good window, had a good safety car restart, put him under some pressure. He made the mistake, and that was it. That was job done. So yeah, a great way to finish the week. And obviously after a few tough races, lots of mistakes from my side and a few things we can't out of our control. But a lot of things to learn from and a lot of things to take on from the positive. So yeah, it's been a mega weekend, and Premo give me the car to do it. We've been on the back foot in testing, and we managed to pull it out of the bag. So massive thank you to them. My engineer Vincent, he's done a cracking job all weekend, and obviously my two mechanics, always flat out working on the car.
Take it.
Thank you.
We'll take a look at the highlights of race 3. Hiyu Yamakoshi from pole position, a perfect start. Beaton and Slater went wheel to wheel down into Tamburello. It was Yamakoshi who led the way. Slater took second place away from Beaton in the early stages. A relatively clean start, with the exception of a couple of drivers going wide into Tamburello. Andrea Kostic into the gravel at the end of lap 1, down into Rivazza 1. Andrej Petrovic into the gravel. This was the moment that ended the race, or the afternoon, for Rachid Alvahedi. He retired after contact with Reno Francot. The two US racing teammates fought cleanly. The PHM drivers, they did not. Lerini was out. Hiyu Yamakoshi just clipped the bollard at the top of the hill at Alta Variante. That cost the Japanese driver his front wing, and a very likely victory here. Freddie Slater inherited P1. He managed the race superbly, and Slater takes victory in the final race of the weekend, the second round of 7 in the 2024 Italian F4 Championship. We wait for the drivers to make their way up to the podium. They're already there. Swap positions. Third place for Maxim. Jack in second. From the Midlands of the Kings, England, Adrian Olivia. Your boy did well. Freddie Slater takes victory in race 3, and he retakes the championship lead as well. Once again, a great pleasure to have Mr. Giancarlo Minardi representing Formula Imola. Imola Management Circuit, this magnificent, this historic, this world-famous Grand Prix circuit. Jack's happy with that. Mr. Minardi, the chairman of Formula Imola, presents the trophies to Maxim, Jack, and Freddie Slater. We hope you've enjoyed the race coverage here this weekend from round 2 of the 2024 championships. From here, we go to the eternal city of Rome, the Long Valley, the Vallelunga circuit. That's in 2 weeks' time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in a fortnight.